Hello and welcome to the full moon video. Now, the full moon will be happening on the 18th of March 2022, and it'll be happening in the sign of Virgo, and this is a collective message for everyone because full moons are intense. You know, they're powerful energies. It's where we can see the moon, and the moon is in its full glory. It's a full moon. This full moon in Virgo is so important and very much needed. Now we're still in Pisces season and the sun is opposite the moon. The sun is in Pisces, Mercury's in Pisces, Jupiter's in Pisces. We have Neptune in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. So we are in a sea of emotions and feelings. Our thoughts are in our feelings, right? Mercury rules our thoughts. Jupiter expands that energy, right? Neptune can be confusing, especially. It's very dreamy. It's about our imagination. It's about illusions. And that's why it can create a lot of confusion. And we're in the last degrees of Pisces. We're coming to the end of Pisces season. And Pisces is the last zodiac. So that's the end. The astrological new year starts in Aries. So that being said, we are coming to this point of an ending, a release point, a letting go. And Virgo is very much needed during this time. That Virgo full moon is so needed for all the releasing and letting go. When we are talking about water energy, Pisces energy, this is where our feelings are coming to the surface. This is where our feelings are to the forefront. This is where we are feeling sensitive, right? This is where we are heightened in our sense of emotion. This is where we grieve. This is our loss. This is our trials, our tribulations, our obstacles, the things that get us stuck. And yes, you can feel quite alone. And doesn't mean like you're alone physically, but alone in a sense with all your feelings and what you are processing and what you're going through. Pisces is the energy of where we go within. That's the energy of it. It's our higher self, higher consciousness, spirit guides. It's where we connect to spirit. It's where we do this by spending time alone and being in our feelings. Now let's talk about that Virgo full moon that wants us to find practical solutions, practical understanding. Virgo is all about organization, management, the details, our daily life and our health. Because our daily lives, the things we do, the people we interact with, the choices that we make, everything on that account is what impacts us on our health level. So it's so important during this Virgo full moon to check in with your body. Check in with how you're feeling mentally, how you're feeling emotionally, and how you're feeling physically. How has your stress management been? This full moon wants us to lighten the load. Lighten the load is so important during this full moon. The Virgo full moon wants to clear out our heart, to let go of emotional baggage, to clear out our thoughts, as well as any relationships that are no longer healthy, because that's what Virgo rules. It's our health. Are those thoughts you've been having, the overthinking, the overanalyzing, the over feeling, which leads to more overthinking, being healthy on you, right? Are you holding on to anything emotionally that is no longer of value? Are you continuing to feel like a failure, a letdown? This is such an important energy that we now clear our hearts of that. And Virgo gives us that way to like really sit down and ask yourself, what do I need? What is of importance? Virgo likes to see results that pays off through taking action. And it's an earth sign, Virgo. So it wants to take the action. It's looking for the details. It's looking for the solutions. It's looking for the energy in order to organize and put your life into place And it all starts with your daily routine, the things you do in a day. It's so simple. That's Virgo, right? Simple, but if you think of everything you do in a day, it can be like a lot. But Virgo rules over simplicity and organization. This would be a great full moon to clear out your space, right? To clear it out so you mentally feel free. Just the other day, I was clearing out my kitchen, and I promise you, all I did was rearrange the tea, and it made such a beautiful aesthetic. And to wake up in the morning and just to look at how all the tea was arranged so beautifully made me feel good. It's that simple when it's Virgo. It's just reorganizing and moving things that makes a big difference to the way you feel within yourself. And all it was just putting the teas in different containers and getting rid of old containers that were no longer functioning for the tea. That's simple. So when we are thinking about Virgo, that is what we are thinking of. We are thinking of simplicity, and that's the decluttering of one's space. But we can declutter our mind too. What are you reading? Who are you talking to? What are you watching? Is this really having an impact that is not good on your health? Yes, it's important to stay, in contact and probably read the news and all of those things. But how much is too much? Is it taking too much of your time? What action can you take? What can you do? Virgo is of service to others. So it literally asks you, okay, this is the information, right? This is what you're reading. This is what you're consuming. What can you do to be a change? How can I change this? It's a mutable energy of change. It's asking you to actually do something. And it's important that we take note of who we are talking to. What are we reading? How much is too much? How much of what we are watching is too much and is having an impact on our nervous system, the stress within one's body. Virgo rules over that, where we can become overstressed, where we can become overwhelmed. And all it asks of us is to simplify. And when it comes to our relationships too, where's the boundary? Where is too much just too much? Where are we overly attached? Where do we draw the line? Where do we let go? Where do we release? And we're doing this all for the healing, because Virgo rules healing, so does Pisces, in a different way, right? Pisces rules the healing of our emotions. Virgo rules the healing of our physical well-being. And together, this energy is definitely asking for healing, to lighten your load. Right. Now, this Virgo full moon makes a trine to Pluto. This is where we are able to see things. Pluto's in Capricorn. Virgo, the full moon is in Virgo, earth signs, making a connection to the North Node in Taurus. These earth signs are about steps we take. When we are talking about Pluto, what is hidden now comes to light with this full moon. Your subconscious. And even the things that are happening around you as well come to light. It definitely wants to bring things to the surface for your clarity. And it's important for that transformation. Because what we see with Pluto is it'll bring things hidden to light. Very important. It'll give us clarity on a position maybe we didn't know someone had on a certain aspect. And now we see it directly, right? Virgo, the detail of it. But it gives you the energy to transform and empower yourself, as this energy connects to the North Node Taurus, which wants growth. It wants you to prosper. So as difficult, and sometimes our feelings and having to clear out, because if you think about all that organization and hard work with the Pisces energy wants you to take a break. It'll be, okay, you're exhausted, you're tired. It's that Neptune energy where we actually go into our dream state, where we go into our subconscious, where we can even go into fantasy, where we can watch a little too much TV. It wants this break. But the Virgo energy is saying there are certain things you need to plan. There are certain steps you need to take for organization. What plans do you need to put into motion? What is going to impact your growth? And growth is a part of life. It is. And through growth, sometimes comes the point of having to let go, surrender, understand that certain things come to an end, to grieve, to go through the process of it, which is the energy of Pisces, to surrender to the emotions that are the most uncomfortable. And that is why this Virgo full moon comes at just the right time to give us the energy to ground, to transform with the connection to Pluto, and to be empowered for our growth. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. There will be a link down for my website for readings, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos.